In today's video, we're going to be using beautiful napkins to make home decor and storage solutions. I love using Mod Podge to decoupage with, and today I'm going to be using the matte Mod Podge. For our first project, we're going to be using these wood rounds. I can't wait for you all to see this project. I fell in love. These wood rounds, you can pick these up at like Hobby Lobby or even your local dollar store. I'm just giving the top parts of these a coat of white chalk paint. You can use any type of white paint. I just love chalk paint the best. This next step is my favorite way to decoupage. I use the Mod Podge by putting a good layer on top of my surface, making sure it's a little thick. I let that dry. Pick out my beautiful napkin, separating all of the layers. You only want the very last layer that has the design on this. I'm going to place that on top of my round. I'm going to grab a piece of parchment paper, lay it on top to keep my iron from sticking to it, and I'm going to use my little Cricut mini press iron. I'm going to go over it quite a bit, getting around those edges and just making sure that it reheats that Mod Podge to make my napkin stick. Once I make sure that's well heated and stuck on there, I'll grab some sandpaper and just sand down around those edges, and it gives such a beautiful, perfect edge. The next part of this is so many options. I'm just showing you some stickers, some wall decals, and even some transfers. You can also cut out a different design from another napkin and decoupage on here, but I want a focal point, so I'm using these transfers. Now you can get transfers from Amazon, or these I got from Aunt Bee's Attic. I'll have the link in the description box below. It's beautiful. The Wild Bloomin' is what this is called. So I just grabbed a couple butterflies, and I'm going to use the little stick and rub them until they come off, using that backing paper as my guide. I decided that I wanted to make these risers, so I grabbed a couple of these crystal clear candlesticks. I used some E6000 and just a tad of hot glue for a permanent hold and temporary hold. And to finish them off, I am going to trim that edge with some black paint. I'm going to go ahead after that dries, and I'm going to clear that top part and the paint with that Mod Podge. And oh my goodness, these are gorgeous, and they're such a beautiful size. I love these. What do you all think about these decoupaged little risers? Speaking of risers, I decided to use some fabric to decoupage. We're going to use this wood cutting board. I'm going to use the same process. We're going to give it a coat of white paint. We're going to give it that coat of Mod Podge. We're going to let both those dry. And now we're going to use fabric. I have cut this down and to fit my piece. I'm going to use my iron. That's going to reheat that Mod Podge to get it stuck to the back of this fabric and make such a beautiful facing for this riser. After I let that dry, it got stiff, which is exactly what we wanted. And I just took my scissors and cut the excess all the way around this and used the sanding technique to sand around the edges like we did earlier with the paper. It'll work with the fabric as well. I have a plan for the legs we're going to add to this. So I went ahead and took some black all-in-one paint around the edges of this to trim it out and give it that finished look, making sure I hit those little places where I cut the fabric so the white would be covered. And look at that. Now I do distress this around the edges, adding just a little bit of distress, having some of that bamboo come through. For the feet on this, I had some blocks in my stash, so I painted all the sides but one, and the side I left blank. We're adding some wood glue and just a tad of hot glue to finish this piece off, and I just love this simple home decor piece with that decoupage fabric on it. What do you all think of this one? This next project was so much fun, and it's going to be great to have these throughout the year to pop into gifts and just to give away to friends and family. I grabbed some of my fabrics, some of my magazines, and some of the little packaging that was really pretty I didn't want to throw away, and a bag of these glass gems. Now you can find these at most craft stores or dollar stores. What I'm going to do is pick out some of these images. I'm going to trace around my gem, and then I'm going to cut them out. Once I get them cut out, I'm going to add that Mod Podge to the back of the gem and then add my image onto it on top of the Mod Podge. It's going to dry clear and be beautiful. I have so many ideas for these things. This would be so fun if you were sitting around with a bunch of your girlfriends or even couples, anyone really, and make a bunch of these with just images that you like or things that you enjoy to look at, or even family photos. You could print them off on paper and then cut them out, and then you could have magnets with everyone's photo on it for the refrigerator or to hold up their artwork or things like that. I enjoyed making these. I think this was the funnest project I made in this video. Now you see me just opening these magnets, and we're going to use that E6000 I talked about earlier, putting just enough on there to, when you put the magnet on there, put pressure, it'll finish spreading that out, so be real careful. Isn't these gorgeous? I especially love the eye and the spider. Do you have any of those dowel rods that you get from like the craft section that are really tall? I do, and I don't have anything that's tall enough to hold them and be able to see them. So I thought I would use this Pringles can. I gave it a good coat of just white chalk paint. You can use any white paint. And I'm just going to tear some vintage book pages into strips or just blocks. We're going to use these as our base for what I really want to do to this. To attach these pages, you guessed it, we're going to use the Mod Podge, and I'm going to get it good and thick on there because I'm going to add these pages. Now they're quite thin, so be real careful. The thicker the pages, the more bulkier it is. So I'm just making sure I have a really good coat of the Mod Podge on here. I'm still using that Mod Podge matte, and I just grab my pages and I put them on in the order that I want. Now for this one, I'm going to go ahead and put a top coat on as I go, so it doesn't matter if the back gets wet and the top gets wet. You can use Mod Podge in so many ways to do transferring or to just as a glue, which is kind of what this is. It's sticking it down, but it's also going to seal it. I love how this looks now that it's dried, but we're going to add these beautiful butterflies on here. Now these are just some wall decor. You can get wall decor stickers from all kinds of dollar stores, Walmart, places like that. But you know, I'm just doing something for storage here, and this is just going to be for me, but I wanted it a little bit neutral. And how beautiful is this? You can take the Mod Podge and seal over these butterflies if you're worried about them lifting up or coming off, but I've had them on for a few days and there is no lifting, and I didn't seal mine. Now we're going to do just a couple more little things to get this to where I want it, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to use this. Because these butterflies has a little bit of black in them, and then there's some black text on the book pages, I'm going to take my little dauber with some black paint and go around the edges of the top and the bottom of this just to give it a little bit more of a finished look. If you're enjoying this video, give me a big thumbs up and let me know in the comments below. And here is how I have my dowel rods now stored. I went ahead and sponged on the black paint on the lid and added one of those tiny butterfly decals just in case I decide I want to use it for a different storage. Let me know what you think of this one. You all are going to love how easy this next project is. Grab any type of canvas. Now I had this little tiny one, but I wanted something a little bigger, so I found this one at the dollar store. We're going to use it and use fabric again to show you how easy it is to decoupage fabric on a canvas. I have this beautiful floral sort of neutral fabric, and it's very lightweight, so it's going to be perfect to put on this canvas. I'm going to put a generous amount of the Mod Podge on here, including the sides, because I want my fabric to wrap around the canvas. You can just put it on the front and then paint around the sides, but I want mine to wrap all the way around because I have a project or I'm going to use this for something very specific. Now I'm just pressing down lightly on here, getting that Mod Podge soaked in good to the fabric, and then I'm just going to turn around and add more Mod Podge directly on top of the fabric, soaking it very well to get it to go through the front of the fabric as well. I set that to the side to dry, and we're going to mix some of this Mod Podge with a little bit of this acrylic or chalk paint and get a lightweight color you're going to be able to see through a little bit. Now I want mine to be a little bit thin, almost like a stain, so I'm just spraying some water in with it, and now I've got this beautiful sort of aloe green look. It was a sort of a sage to begin with, but you're going to see as I put it on here, you can see through it and see that beautiful grain of wood. Now what I should have done was sanded this to begin with, but after I let this dry, I went ahead and sanded over because there was some rough spots on here. I mean, sometimes that's how it is with dollar store products, so sanding it would have been a little bit better from the beginning. Now that our frame or our fabric is dry, I'm just taking some scissors and trimming off a little bit of the excess. And because the Mod Podge, I didn't get it really well around the edges, which is fine. I could go back and just put some more in there and let it dry again. But I'm going to use some hot glue to finish off those edges and make those corners. And it works perfect. The thing about hot glue is you just want to make sure that it's very hot and it's very thin so you don't have bumps under your fabric. Now I'm just going to put both of my pieces together, and this is going to be an adorable little memo board. And I'm just going to use tacks because the fabric is so stiff and the tacks just pop right through it and stay so well. I just put a little photo on there to show you, and now I'm just writing a little note. I think it'd be a great little note station, and this would be adorable to make these in bulk and just to have in your gift stash. Let me know what you think about this one. For more storage organization, we're going to use these tuna cans, and they're going to turn out like the most adorable things you've ever seen. I went ahead and tore off the labels, made sure I got all the glue off. Now I'm just marking around the base, and I'm sorry that's up close. I'm going to go ahead and put some Mod Podge in the bottom of my can, spreading it around, and then lay my napkin on top. Now I'm just using a dauber sponge to kind of pounce it down into that Mod Podge. Adding in using a brush to get down in those crevices as well. Now once I get this base kind of the way I want it, I'm going to go ahead and add some more Mod Podge on top of it, which is going to seal that paper in, or that napkin in. And then for the sides, because it's a round surface, I'm just tearing strips and sticking them in, connecting them together, finishing the inside of this can. For the outside of the cans, I really wanted a contrasting red, so I looked through my papers and I found this scrap decoupage paper with these beautiful red roses, and I knew that this would make a great combination. What I did is the same thing basically as the inside. I just tore off strips, putting that Mod Podge underneath, and then of course putting the Mod Podge on top to seal it completely in. Look at these, they are getting there. Because this is dry now on the inside and outside, any little pieces of paper that's sticking up around the top, I just take my sandpaper, sand that off a little bit. And to make the edges look a little bit cleaner, I do take some black paint and just, it's an all-in-one paint, so it'll have a little sheen to it, and go around the edges of the top and the edges of the bottom. For the bottom, I use these cork stickers just to give them more of a high-end look. And I'm going to use some black beads and just some hot glue to give them some little feet. Now, if you're worried, these are going to be mine. If you're worried about the feet coming off because you're just using hot glue, which I don't think it will, because I had a mistake on some cork with hot glue and it ripped, so I don't think it's going anywhere. But you could use some E6000 or wood glue. Now that I got these little legs on and finished that trim around the bottom, aren't these the cutest little storage pieces? By the way, I'm always obsessed with leopard print in anything, clothes, home decor. Let me know in the comments if you love leopard print too. Type the word leopard in the comments. I want to thank everyone for watching this video. There is a slideshow of each item that we made in the video if you watch until the end. If you stay until the end and you want to let me know, give me a heart emoji, and I will see you all real soon in the next video.